Hey guys, Jessica here. It's been a while since I made a video, but I was going to make some Christmas Popsockets today, so I figured I would take you guys along for the ride. I have a blue one and two white ones, and I have taken out my glitter and things, and I'll just show you a couple objects here that I am planning on using. These trees I thought would be cute in like with some white sprinkles and stuff, because that could be like a winter scene. I also have these stars that I thought would make cute little like snowflakes around the trees. And I have a lot of stickers, Christmas stickers. I like this snowflake. I'm really into the snowflakes this year, so I thought maybe put a snowflake on there and then use some of these other little pieces around it to kind of make it look cooler. So that's where I'm at. I could even do like a cute little snowman and just cut his body on the bottom. We will see. I also have a ton more, so if these colors don't work, we'll just go with that. I want to see how these guys would look. That one's kind of cute. Little gingerbread men. So I think that guy would be kind of cute. Maybe on one of them. We'll see. The more glitter, the better. I also have these adorable puffy stickers with dogs and Santa. Here's some more from that one with the big Christmas tree. We could go the cardinal route. I have stamps. And cute gingerbread men. I'm going to keep that out. Alright, I think that's the direction we should go in. Cuties. Oops. I wonder, they fit just perfect. Yeah, I think that one's the cutest one. Alright, maybe I'll be making a few more than 3 today. We will see. But before we get all that fun stuff, there are certain layers to this that we need to remember. Why is this one taller? Okay, so there are steps to doing resin, UV resin. And I like UV resin because you can actually layer stuff, so you can make it dry really fast and continue. When it comes to regular resin, the 2-part mix, you just have to wait 24 hours between coats, and that works better for large projects. But when it comes to tiny things like this, it's not reasonable to take days just to create a little pop socket. So I have 2 different types. If you haven't watched my Hobby Lobby UV Resin video, I did it on the hard one, the hard resin. If you're interested, I will do a review and show you how to use the brush-on hard resin and also the soft type resin. I bought this on accident thinking it was the hard type. Didn't even know they made a soft type. But I will show you right here in this video what happens. Okay, so I did a cross here. I thought that would be a good thing to like bend. So I just filled it in a, oh, I can't think of the word. Come on, brain. Silicone. Silicone mold, and just poured it in there and let the UV resin, and you can see it bends. So this would make maybe a good keychain. I would recommend going a little bit thicker than this. I feel like I could just like rip it apart. It's pretty stretchy. Oh, I just ripped it apart. That's okay, it was a practice piece. And this one I did this with the soft resin too, just a little heart, and it's kind of gummy. It's like kind of squishy. It's not, I don't know. I would rather do like this thickness or maybe a little thinner, but this was definitely too thin, as you can see, because I ripped it in half. So, little tutorial about that. But now we're going to get on to this. So, I have been using the soft type resin over the top of stickers like this that are bubbly, because it allows them to still be squishy. So that is a tip there. I've mixed these two resins and I didn't have any bad side effects, so I'm going to tell you that you can mix these two, but I'm not a professional, like, I'm not that great at resin, so please don't take that for the truth. It could mess up depending on what things that you're working with, like maybe adding some alcohol ink to it might change the consistency and it wouldn't work. I don't know. But it's worth a try. So first off, I love this brush on resin because we can create a very thin layer. Okay, and you don't want your pop socket to end up like super thick at the end. And also the layers dry easier when they're thin. So there's multiple reasons why. We're just trying to get a very thin glaze over this to start. Okay, because if we put the UV resin and down and something right on top of it without letting it dry, it's not going to ever dry under there, because the pop socket, the light can't get through the bottom of the pop socket. So we need to be mindful of that. If the UV light can't reach it, it might not be able to cure. So the way that I fix that problem is I will cure this and then we will put the sticker on top of it. Now, another thing I was talking about was layers. So before I put this cute little guy down, I'm going to have to decide, do I want some glitter in the background behind him? Because if you put the glitter on after him, then he's going to have it all on top of him and it's going to be a nightmare. So let's do this first round of brush on resin, and then I'm going to just do kind of this to get some more out. Okay, just a little bit. I'm not trying to like pour the whole bottle on there. Makes it go a little faster. Okay. So we just paint this around, and while that's happening, I'm going to dry this one under the UV light. Okay, don't put your projects you're working on too close to your UV light or they will cure while you're not expecting it, while you're in the middle of working on it. That has happened to me. Alright, so there's the other one. Okay, we'll let that one. And you can see I have like some lines in there. That's not going to be an issue once we get more layers of resin on. It'll kind of disappear. Okay, we just want that thin first coat. Alright. Maybe a little bit more on the edge here. Alright, and we'll put them under there. This light only goes for 30 seconds, so I usually have to put it on there, put it on a couple times to make sure. Yeah, that blue one is not set yet. That one, not yet. Okay, so I have 3 pop sockets, so let's just focus on 3 things. Okay, I'm going to do this cutie pie right here. I'm going to do we'll do this cutie pie, and should we do the winter scene? Yeah, let's do the winter scene. I'll show you guys another way of doing that. So another way of layering. So we'll do the winter scene. We might actually have to pick. Oh, I don't want to pick between them. Well, I'll do another set. Okay, so I'll do another one with this guy because I'll show you how to cut. I'm trying to think of like how I can put the most information into this video. So we'll have sticker, we'll have scene, and then we'll have like a cool dimensional thing with this snowflake here. Alright, I need a scissor. Of course I'm not prepared. Oh yes, I am prepared. Okay, so we got bear, we got snowflake, and along with the snowflake I'm going to use a couple of these like little spikes that are left over and kind of like put it around it for a little extra pizzazz. And then the last thing we were doing is the trees with the winter scene. Okay, so I'm going to put these over here for the moment. I'm going to put that back on one more time. And this one, it's a little bit tacky, but I'm okay with that. The sun will dry it completely for sure. And you see, you can barely even tell there's a coat on there because it's so thin. So what should we do first? Let's go with the winter scene. I'll do that on a white one. So we're not going to want to put the trees on just yet, but we won't put them on last either. Right now I want to use some of this super glittery stuff to really make it pop. Alright, so I'm going to get some more of this brush on resin. Okay, and I'm kind of like trying to decide if I want to have the sky separate from the ground, because then I'm going to need to come in with some blue, and I think I'm going to do that. Alright, I want to show you guys how I do this. That's not good. That has something in it. Okay. We'll use the bottom like this. Okay, so I'm going to use a tiny bit of soft resin. I do need to go to the store and buy more resin. I use so much resin. Oh no, don't tell me this dried up. I guess I'm only half prepared today, guys. Okay, so I got a good globule. That was probably way too much, but you know what? We will use it with the snowflake one too. Alright, so I have a little bit of blue alcohol ink, just a tad. Wow, that was too much. And mix it up. Okay, and I'm going to kind of just spread it out. So it's still kind of a clear blue. but it's going to work. Alright, so if I would have just put all of the white glitter on, I would have covered up the sky, but here I'm going to put the blue on the whole thing, and then on the bottom I'm going to put the white glitter kind of like a the ground, the landscape part. Right, that's probably why it is drying up so much, because I just leave it open. Alright. We need this. And I'm going to show you guys another way of doing things. And this is kind of like what I do when I dip nails. So I want a shallow dish. I'm trying not to cut this over my work. Okay, shallowish. Okay, and add some glitter to it. Okay, and then I'm going to dip this in, and I'm going to let the glitter fall over it, but not all the way. Okay, and I can control it by adding a little bit more each time and then looking at it. Oopsie, I knew that was going to happen. Okay, make some mountains. Alright, so I have this layer. Now I'm going to put it under the light so that the blue in the background, I don't want to put too much glitter on it, because then the blue in the background is not going to show up the same. Or that's not what I mean to say. The blue in the background is not going to dry because the light can't get to it. So a little bit of glitter at a time makes the most glitter, because then it dries layer by layer and it doesn't just keep flaking off. Alright, so I'm going to do this one on here, and I'm going to do this cutie guy on here. So all I'm going to do is take him off. Okay. Oh wait, I want to do the back, don't I? See, I'm jumping. I just wanted to measure it. Yeah. Okay, so should we use red on the background, or is that too much red? I have like this. Oh, that might look nice. Black? Nah, not black. Okay, I'm liking this silver. It's like a tinsel kind of thing. So let's brush on some more. And also I like this because you don't get so much resin all over the place when you can just brush it on. Alright. So this has the silver undertone, or undertone, yeah, I guess. But it has the silver outline. Alright. So again, it helps if you do the glitter over something. I don't know what that noise was outside my house. Okay. Wow, that is sparkly. Tap it off. Okay. And then I'm going to, I should not use my finger. I'm going to run around the edge and get the extra stuff. It was a cat. I knew it. There's always these neighborhood cats getting all over my stuff, knocking my plant pots over. They're cute, but come on, knocking my stuff over. Okay. So now we have that. The edge looks nice. I could probably clean that up even more, honestly. You want to clean it up. See, that's why I use my fingers, even though you shouldn't use your fingers with resin. Because if it dries with the stuff around the edge, then it's going to have that on there forever. So, okay, now I got that background. We're letting that dry. And we are going to come over here with the snowflake. So I want to keep the background like pretty dark because I want to put the snowflake on. And then maybe, I'm not sure, should I use some of these? Should I just use these? Maybe I should do a dusting of some lighter blue, because that is where that darn thing is. I've been looking for this. Okay. I also have these, and this is like an extra, the extra large. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Because these just, it has too much white powder. Yeah. Okay, and I also have these little gem rhinestone things. It's like, I got them for like, as like table scatter for Christmas or something. Or maybe it was like, put them in ornaments or whatnot. But they're so diverse. I mean, where else do you buy that kind of stuff? So, I don't know, because I don't buy that stuff all the time. Okay, so let's go with this. And I'm going to use some of this light blue first. So I'm going to go in with layering it with this blue resin that I made for the other pop socket. Because you can't really tell, and I don't want to waste the resin. Okay, it's going to be covered up anyway. And I'm just going to put a light amount of this sparkle. Oh no. Guess it's not a light amount. Alright. Blue and green sparkly, I like it. Okay, and maybe we'll add just a tad of this silver to it. Yeah, see, now I'm going to put too much on again. It's going to look good. Yeah, too much sparkle, but we're going to go with it. Actually, here, I don't want to put like a completely bare spot. Okay, don't forget to do the outline. And let's see how this guy is doing. Okay, it's tacky. That's good. That's what we want. Alright. Now I'm going to put another layer. Okay, and up here, I'm not going to put the sparkles from the bottom on that layer. I'm going to add just a few of these stars, not a lot, just like 4. All right, there we go. Okay, that'll kind of give it like a snowflake look, because I don't have teeny tiny snowflakes. Okay, and they don't have to be specifically anywhere, they can just be, because we are going to have the trees there too. Sorry if I'm not showing it, I'm sorry. Okay. And then I'm going to put a few trees on. So I got these at Target probably last year for Christmas. And we'll do one more. Make lots of trees so that it's apparent that this is a cute tree. Okay, and I'll put some more trees in the front, but I'm going to do that after it cures. Alright, now we are back to our cute little bear, and you can hear it is done. So I'm going to tap off the extra glitter. Okay, and now, if I don't want to put anything else behind the bear, I'm going to glue him, or stick him on. Okay, and I'm going to position him the way I want. So, just like that. I want to get his whole bulb in there with his hat, with his arm. Okay. And if it sticks off a tiny bit like that, it's okay, because we will just sand it away and you'll barely notice. Barely notice. Okay. So now I got my sharp fabric scissors that are no longer fabric scissors, and just cut along the edge. Alright, and now we're going to add another coat of resin. So for this one I'm going to use soft type resin. And we'll just put it all over. Okay, and if the sticker is sticking up on the edge, try to get the resin there. Okay, and now that cutie patootie is going back under the light. Alright, looking good so far. Okay, and now this, I'm trusting because I put way too much glitter on this. I didn't want to put that much on. But it can still look good, right? Look extra sparkly, I guess. Alright, so now for this one, I'm going to put a few of these thicker rainbow iridescent. So I'll just do a quick coat. And I'm just dipping my finger. Okay. And we're going to put that down for one more coat. So the tree one, if you do this in threes like this, it's like while those are curing, you'll have one to work on. So that's what I like doing. Alright, it's tacky. It's not 100% dry. But that is okay. I'm going to do another coat, but this time I'm going to brush it down here. And I'm going to brush it onto these trees. So this way I'm not going to mess with the stars up at the top, but we're going to get that last layer of trees on, and we're going to seal this layer of glitter in so that we can do another layer of glitter here in a second. This is a messy process. Alright, so I might need a little bit more resin because it doesn't look like it wants to stick. Oh, that one. Oh, that was a double. What's going on? Okay, there's two. Yeah, I'm gonna need more resin because it's not sticking. Okay. Come on. Oh my goodness, it's taking a long time. Okay, so another option that you could do is let it cure and then sand the glitter away, and then not all of it, but just like the bumpy parts, and then put the tree on after. But I'm gonna do it like this. Okay, we got a forest going on. I'm gonna do one more tree. Alright, that's gonna go back under the light. And now we are working with cute little bear. So obviously I could leave it like this if I wanted to. It's covered up. It looks nice. There's one bump here I need to sand. And then after you sand, you always have to do another coat. So plan on that. He actually needs a little more time. So I'm going to clean up my workstation. And then we will be back to finish. Alright, I am back, and I have got a couple more things together for us to use. This white glitter is the thin base in this one, and that is extra fine diamond here, it says. And that is going to go on the snow for the trees. Okay, these little gems I was talking about are going to go with this snowflake one. And I still haven't decided what else I want to do with the bear. What should I do? I have rhinestones. I could do a... Yeah, I'll teach you guys about how to do that circle of rhinestones around the outside. But I'm going to want to do some mini ones. I got lots of colors. What do we got? Ooh, greeny. That's the first one that came out. Maybe we should do green. Let's do green. Alright. How's the bear going here? Okay, these guys need to keep going. Okay. So the bear is a little bit better now. Okay, you can see here somehow, probably by my fault. I got a little bit of glitter on his belly. And I can't get it off. So be mindful of that. Maybe my stick had a little bit of glitter on it when I tried to go over it. So that's a little mistake that most customers will overlook. I usually discount when that happens. give them a discount for the screw up. So I have a fingernail file, and I'm just filing the edge because there was that little bump. How can I show you that little bump? Yeah, you can see that little bump. Alright, so I'm not filing away his hat, I'm just filing away where it goes over the edge. And this is also a good solution for if you get stuff on the outside of it. On accident, you can just grind it away. Okay, and when we're grinding, it also kind of like pushes the stuff up underneath. So that there's something under the sticker to adhere down. Alright, so that's looking good. Okay, I'm going to do one last ring of resin around the outside just to seal that down. And then after that, I'm going to put the gems on. So let's just do one more round. Okay, and then we will get into those rhinestones around the outside. But for now, I think it is time to put the snowflake on. Oops. Okay, so yes, snowflake is going to go right in the center. I am going to eyeball this at my best. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm going to take the non-sticky end of a popsicle stick and rub it on. Sparkly. Alright, so this round I'm going to like do double with the work. So I'm going to put these on the top coat of this. And I'm going to use the soft resin to form the top because I have more of it than the brush on resin. And Hobby Lobby, I'm coming to you. So try using those coupons again and letting us get better discounts because then more people would shop there. Yeah. Alright. Nice coat over the top. That will like kind of thin or flatten out as it sits. And if it doesn't, we can always put another coat on. Okay, I'm going to put a couple of these rhinestones in random spots. I always say in random spots, and then the OCD in me is like, no, what are random spots? We put them where they go, where they look best. Okay. And with the rhinestones, you gotta try to put them on right side up because when you get the resin on top of them, it like coats it and makes it look like it's round instead of faceted. Faceted. Try to get them on right side up. Alright, so I have those. Some little rhinestones on there, and I'm going to take my stick and push them to where I want them, which is going to be right at the intersection there. At the tip, I should say. Alright. Okay. Now I think I'll do one on the edge of every single one too. That'll kind of make it look even. And I can't forget one in the center. Oh, I flipped it over. I can't use that one now. Alright, I just need a couple more. One goes right in the center. I like that. It kind of looks like ice. A little bit. This one does not look right. Okay, now I think maybe we should do something else on the outside. Let's see what I have for, if I have blue. More green? Come on. I have these. That can look nice. Let's go with these classics. Alright, I'm just going to push that on, and you see how I go from the edge? Okay. And I just need one more. Alright, so that's kind of like a mandala type pop socket design. You know, whatever is in the middle, it doesn't matter. You just put cute rhinestones and over glitter and it looks cute. Okay, that looks good. And we'll put it down here to dry. And now, if the one we've all been waiting for. Alright, so I'm just going to put a little bit, I'm not going to do anything to the trees just yet. I just want to see what happens if I put more down here. More white. And you know, it's not wet anymore, so I'm only putting the wet where I want the glitter to stick. Okay, so wherever I put the wet is where the glitter is going to stick. So we'll set this over that. Here is our white glitter. And I just want this to kind of give it that puffy snow vibes. Oh my goodness, I got a hair. I don't even know, that wasn't even a hair. Okay. So you can see these trees there kind of have a little bit of snow on them now. So I'm going to let this dry and then we're going to do even more snow effects. So again, with the UV resin, you can do all these layers. And that's what part of the reason why I really love working with it. So now we're going to do the gems on the bear. I'm thinking the darker ones, maybe. Okay, I open that upside down. Leave it to me. Alright, we won't need that many. So with this, I do a little bit at a time. So I'll go from his paw, and I just paint very thinly. I'll go from paw to paw. Okay. Because if I do too much, they'll be sliding around, and so I'm just gonna harden a few at a time. So I'm sure there's a quicker way to do this that I haven't figured out yet, but I like how much control I have over this, doing it this way. Alright, so you can see it's kind of messy. So I'm going to take my popsicle stick and just move them in place better. And I kind of go all the way to the outside and then push them back in a little bit. Okay, and when I get it exactly how I want it, I'm going to quit tipping it. I'm going to quit tipping it around and put it in under the light. See, that's going to bug me. Quick, 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 get under the light. Alright, back to these. We put a little bit of white glitter on the bottom. Okay, and now I want to make more of a snow type scene. So I'm going to do one more layer of this, and then I'm going to use some of these pieces to hopefully make it more of a texture. But actually, I'm just remembering now that this might be better. This might be a better snow substitute. So I'm going to go with this because it's the same thing. It's just like chopped up a little bit. So I'm going to go that route. Let this stuff cure longer. Alright, so again, with the soft stuff, okay, I'm just going to paint it on. Okay, and I'm going to try to put just a teeny dab of it on the bottoms of the trees, so if some catches there, it'll kind of look like the tree is snowy. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do just a pour method here. Come on. Okay, that is going to dry. We're almost done. The snow just takes a long time. Alright, let's check up on the snowflake and see how it's drying. It's looking good. I have some of these, which are from one of those kits, but I don't do the kit. But I thought maybe this blue might look nice mixed in there. Oh no! Okay, we're gonna go with this color because I just opened it. Okay. Alright, now I just want to do a tiny little dab. And I'm going to do these little rhinestones right here. So I'm just dabbing right where they're going to go. And these, just like the other ones, need to be put on correctly as well. And I think this is just going to give this piece some more dimension because there is like so much sparkle. You know, that for a second here, we won't have as much sparkle. Alright, I definitely feel like we should add just a few more of these. Just dot them around the outside like this. Yeah, I really like this matte color. It's very pretty. And I think this section right here needs a little bit more because it didn't stick. Come on. Alright. So now I'm just going to move these to where I want them to go. And then we will put it under the light. And then at the end we will do a test and make sure when you rub it that none of them fall off. And if they do fall off, we will put them back on. Make sure that they stick. Alright, let's do more of Mr. Bear. This turned into a long video, I'm sorry. But you guys see how much work I put into this, so I really care. And it is really, you know, a handmade, one-of-a-kind piece. Okay, I'm going to put this under the light. Okay, and so we have our cute little wintry scene, and I'm going to make it more fluffy with this next layer. And I'm just going to do it not on top of the trees because we want to be able to see the trees coming through here. Okay, but we're going to put on this fluffy stuff. So we're gonna actually just like dip it. So I'm gonna pour some in here. Okay, I'm gonna put it on the bottom because I know I'm only trying to get it on the bottom. And then it just kind of fell in there, but you know, we're gonna dip and smush it around. Okay. And that also helps like push it down. And now you can see there are some pieces over the trees. So I'm just going to clean that up by pushing it away. Okay. And then I'm going to kind of like pat it because we're not going to need all of this. Okay, and then back under the light. Alright, we got one left, one pop socket left that needs that attention. So we'll focus on just finishing, and the rest of them are done, besides curing. And then after I cure, if I don't need to sand, I'll do one more coat. Well, yeah, if I need to sand, or if I don't need to sand, either way, I'm going to do one more coat. Okay, so do you see how it got round when I got the stuff on it? It's no longer faceted. Alright, we'll let berry dry. Let's take a look at our snowflake here and decide if there's anything else we need to do to blingify this thing, because it's pretty blinged if you ask me. And it's not too thick, so you're not going to be getting it caught on your pants, or it's not going to be like a big thick thing sticking out. Okay, and I'm going to do the rub test to make sure that nothing comes off, which it doesn't. And then I'm going to put it on my plate that I take outside and let it dry. So now I'm going to kind of do a rub test on this one. I'm expecting things to come off because of this texture. Okay, those things are wanting to stay. So I want to keep the fuzzy texture, but we need it to cure on some level. So I'm going to use the soft resin in hopes that when it dries, it'll still be kind of squishy snow. Okay, and then hopefully this will just set the pieces in place so that they're not coming off in your pocket. And I'm still, with this one, I'm still going to do another layer of resin, and I'm still going to do a sanding. So that will happen after they cure outside. So this guy, you can see I kind of messed up. It's not a perfect circle like where the hat was, so that explains why it's important that we get rid of the bumps. Okay, this bump kind of caused them to go backward, and you know, this could have been avoided if I were to put another layer of resin over the top of it. Okay, so that's a possibility, but as you can see, along with the other one, the snowflake one, there isn't that much up here. So I'm going to do the rub test and make sure that none of them fall off. None of them have fallen off. And I'm going to take these three guys outside. Actually, wait, I'd remembered something I need to do before that. I need to do a layer over these trees because they look ratty. So I'm just going to get this soft resin again. Now if I had the hard resin, I would use the hard resin. This is just, I have a lot of this to use. And the brush on resin is starting to run low for me. Okay. I'm going to just put some dollops on the Christmas trees. Make them look nice and shiny. Okay, and so now that we're going to go outside and harden them, everything that's on here, like the way it is going to stay this way. So at this point, if you need to scrape something off before the final coat, do it, and then we're going to sand, and then we'll put the final coat on. So if you want to add anything else, feel free, whatever you're doing. I kind of just got the thought of adding something, so I'm going to add some more stars, but with these, I'm going to put them right at the very tippy top of each tree. I think that would look really cute. Alright, let's put it on. Alright, and I will be back after they cure. Hey guys, I'm back after a few days. I've been letting them sit in my windowsill and dry, and they are completely passing the rub test. Completely hard. My nail's still not healed yet, but we'll get there. We got a cute little bear, which this one I'm just going to put another coat over the top of it, and then we'll be done. This one is done. It's very shiny. And for this winter scene, I'm going to do another layer, and then I'm going to use a file and kind of like get this less rubby. Let me see if I can get a good picture, because it's kind of like sticking up in some spots, and that wouldn't be very comfortable getting caught up in your pocket. So here is a nail file that I don't use for my nails, just for this. And actually, before we do the nail file, I think I'll put the last coat on Bear so he has more time to dry. So I thought I'd clean this place up, but maybe not. Not as much as I thought. Okay, close up all the bags. Don't forget that. Alright. So I think I'm going to brush on some of this hard resin over Bear to seal him. And I think I'm going to do it like this to get a little bit extra out. Okay, and then just spread him around, spread it around. Try not to get it on these rhinestones. Okay, and before you put it under the light, let it set so that it like evens out. So that looks pretty smoothed out. Okay, we'll let that set. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with this. So there are some parts here I'm just going to file quickly. I'm not going to sit there and go like this. I'm just going to try to get the top off. Okay. And if there is a really sharp part, then feel free to go harder on it. Okay, I'm going to get around the edge so that's a smooth transition. That's nice and smooth. Okay, this has there's just a little bit of pokiness right here. Anywhere you feel that pokiness, that might hurt. Okay, but you want it to be bumpy because it is supposed to be mimicking snow. Okay, so I'm going to show you how, if you have this little bit of like residue, I don't know, like glitter extra on the outside, we can just file that away. Make it clean. Okay. There's a little bit, but it's usually just where it really globs on. Okay, and now I'm going to use this towel, and I'm just going to do this to make sure that I get every little piece that I filed off. And as you can see, I mean, there's a couple of these little straggly pieces here I'm just going to cut, but as you can see, the resin dries really hard and keeps everything in place well. And you don't have to really worry about it falling apart if you make sure that you use enough, and you make sure that it dries enough, and you make sure that you're drying in between layers. Okay, so now I'm just going to put a final coat on, and I'm going to use the soft resin. And I'm going to put it over the snow. And then I can move it onto the trees once I get a good covering of the snow. And this is just going to be that last layer to get all the parts that we filed down and secure. Okay, and this, I mean, I didn't copy anybody, you know, I didn't really have any inspiration other than the objects that I already have on hand. So I challenge you, if you're planning on making something like this, I challenge you to just use what you have on hand already. I mean, if you have no Christmas stuff at all, maybe you could find some cool stickers at Dollar Tree or something. But for the most part, I mean, anybody can just do this with some red glitter, or, you know, like for this one, I didn't have snowflakes, so I used stars, and it doesn't look too terrible. I will say, looking back, I tried to make a blue background for this one, and it didn't really, like, come out blue, so maybe next time I would use more of the blue in alcohol ink. Alright, so that's looking very flat, okay? So it seems like it's going on really well. I like it. So we'll let that set before I put anything else on it. And this one too, I messed up by getting some glitter on the bear but I don't think that's the end of the world. I'll discount it on my shop for anyone that wants to buy that. Okay. So then I'm going to put these under the UV light, and then I'm just going to put them straight outside. So those are completed. Alright, and this beauty, it's kind of a lot. I wanted the background to be darker, but maybe somebody really just wants to be blinded and make it look like some cool Christmas bling. But, you know, really, it's just layers and layers of stuff. So, thank you again for watching. Stay tuned for the very end, the last few minutes. I will show you the finished results outside so you can really see how the light catches them. But please, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, let me know in the comments, because I really need that communication from you guys. Otherwise, it seems like on my end, nobody is watching my videos or nobody is interested in my stuff. But if you are interested in my stuff and you want me to continue making more of these videos, I'm so happy to. Please just let me know in the comments what you want to see next. I had more stickers. Like, I was thinking about doing the snowman, for example. So if you want me to do more Christmas Popsockets or a certain theme, let me know. If you have any questions about how to use UV resin, I'm happy to answer them. I've used the hard UV resin. I've used soft UV resin. I've used the brush-on UV resin. In this video, I just used the soft and brush-on, but I can answer your questions about any of them. And these, again, are from Hobby Lobby. So if you can get the jewelry shop on sale, 50% off, these are 50% off too, but I don't know if the hard ones follow that. But anyway, thank you for watching. Alright guys, here are the final products. They're hard, they look great, and the sun really makes them look nice too. I'll show you how they look in the shade as well, but they turned out nice and hard. The sun does a great job of just making sure that they are completely dry. So as you can see, the snow is still a little bit fluffy, but it's not to the point where it was before, and it's gonna stay in place. So here we have them in the shade, and you can kind of see more of the shine. The snowflake, the tree one has a lot of rainbows in it, but it's kind of not showing. And this bear also has some rainbows, especially there in that bulb. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you're going to try one out yourself, and I'll go check out your video. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.